We're live. It's Radio Tekkers. It is Saturday. Mags is awake. I'm awake. Tanner's in bed still, so we'll go without him. Ready to do this, Mags?
No.
Well, let's completely throw me off. Let's do this. Yes, this is Radio Tekkers Watch Along for West Ham versus Chelsea. The first game of the weekend is here. I am the magnificent Matt Willis, and I am joined as ever by the amazing, all rise for his lordship, the podfather himself, Mag. Bring it, sir. Bring it.
Kablam.
Yep,
I am always ever ready for a bit of Radio Tekkers Watch Along. I jest and yeah, this is the biggest match of the weekend for me. I think it's the most interesting match in terms of placement, in terms of recent fixtures. Yeah, this is a pretty interesting game to watch.
Absolutely. We've already got Graham from Google Black up in the chat down below who's saying breakfast with Tekkers.
Breakfast with Tekkers, sir. Yes.
We maybe should brand that. Maybe we should copyright that, Mag. What do you think? Maybe we should.
It's an idea.
He also said parade starts later than first advertised, so we'll be here for most of the match now. And FIFA Connor is with us over on Twitch as well.
Don't make me put you in time out again today, Graham.
And so, obviously, watching on Twitch or on YouTube, give us a like, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you know when we go live, of course.
Yeah. Hello, Connor. Nice to see you, sir.
Always good to see Connor, and of course, Graham. It's always good to see you as well. Everybody else who joins you later will play on catch up, of course. So, I mentioned before we came on air to you, Mags, that Thomas Tuchel this season already made 54 changes to his starting lineup this season, which is more at this point of the season than any team has done in Premier League history. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, when you said it actually blew my mind, because you think of Chelsea, and I mean, aside from the kind of front lineup, you think they've been pretty consistent and pretty solid. But yeah, to say they've made 54? Did you say changes?
54 changes, yes.
And obviously, a lot of them have been kind of influenced by injuries and stuff like that. But yeah, 54 changes. I mean, that's quite shocking that they're still in the position that they're in. And it shows that there's a full kind of squad mentality, because normally if you're chopping and changing like that, it's because the results aren't going your way and you're trying to kind of lift the team and trying to change things around. But yeah, it's clearly a style that works for Tuchel.
Yeah, it certainly works. For sure, we've got one of our newest followers in the chat down there. Clearly, one of your favorites. They definitely won't steal your information, of course. But it's some amazing stuff happening in the chat in general. Graham said the bad cop is sleeping. Thanks, Phil. FIFA Connor wants a nice cheeky draw. I'm a Liverpool fan. That's what I want as well. But I don't think that's what's going to happen here. And Graham saying, you can see us. Well, I better apologise for that hand gesture I just did then. Absolutely. We are watching that as well. Because, oh, damn, guys, you better click on that link and become famous. I'm infamous. I need to be famous. It's all good. so
infamous for the wrong reasons, though.
Possibly so. But that's on screen now. But we'll just go through them as we go along. Of course, we've got obviously the West Ham lineup, of course, which has got Fabianski in goal, Zuma, Dawson, and Diop at the back, Kufel, Suchek, Rice, and Johnson in midfield, and Bowen, Lenzini, and Antonio up top.
Solid West Ham lineup. Trying to essentially get back into winning ways in the league. They've 3 results without a win, two losses and a draw. So they definitely want to get back in the win column. But yeah, that's a solid West Ham lineup with Antonio kind of being that target man. Bowen is starting to kind of find the form that he had last season. I think he struggled a little bit at the early parts of the season, and Lanzini is scoring worldies whenever he gets the opportunity. So yeah, it's a very attack minded, and they've essentially gone like for like against Chelsea, both using the same formation, both using the kind of like the wingers in essentially a back three. So it's interesting that they go in position for position.
Indeed. Zuma is what Mag says he needs to video call when misses.
Microsoft
Zuma.
Teams. This is a Microsoft Teams house, sir. Well, the StreamYards first, then Microsoft Teams. No Zoom in this house.
Indeed. Chelsea's team, of course, has got Mendy in goal, Christensen, Thiago Silva, and Rudiger at the back. Reese James and Marcus Alonso as the fullbacks. Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho the arm man today because Asbjørn is out injured. And Ziyech and Mount supporting Havertz.
Yeah, going strikerless. Which they've had to do over recent weeks because of injuries to Lukaku and Werner. But Lukaku and Werner both sat on the bench, so it's interesting that they've stuck with this front three. It makes sense because they still have been free scoring, and Havertz. There's been rumblings that Havertz has been unhappy with his role. Mason Mount apparently has been unhappy with the amount of game time he's got. So it's a juggling act keeping all these people happy. But I mean, even without a striker there, you can see where the goals are coming from. I mean, Reese James is in the form of his life in terms of goals. I mean, the guy could be playing up front right now and he wouldn't look out of place. So there's definitely goals in this game.
A few kind of saying going strikerless. Tuchel have been watching some FM tactics on YouTube. Very possibly, to be fair. I mean, to be fair, it seems to be the way to go in Foot Manager 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Graham is asking, is Reece James still their top scorer? Mags is the man for stats.
I believe he is, but I'll definitely check. I know that FIFA Connor has asked a question in the chat, so we can cover that quickly.
Absolutely, yes. He's asked us what advent calendars we've got. To be fair, I've got two this year. I have one from my mother-in-law, which is a lovely all with lovely different flavors.
Wow, that's exactly the same one that Mrs. Mags and one of the granddaughters has got.
And I've also got
Did you get your chocolate? You got a chocolate ball today, didn't you?
I got balls, yeah.
Yeah, you got balls. So yeah, usually I go for like a wacky calendar. Last year I had the Beanies coffee one, but this year I wasn't really interested in one. And then I went on Amazon yesterday and saw that there were plenty of advent calendars for half price. So I've got a Reese's Pieces one coming today, so I will have 4 Reese's Pieces to be able to get today, and I got it for just less than half price.
I was thinking of you yesterday, Mags, when I was in the shop.
Well, stop doing that.
I was in the shop.
I'm a married man, sir.
I'm a super married man. I saw something in the shop which made remind me of you, and that was a Reese's Pieces metal skillet.
What, for cooking eggs?
No, it was for. I'm guessing it was for
melting.
I don't know, making a big Reese's Pieces.
Oh, that would be delicious.
Yeah, I think you can get that from. I think you can get it from W.M. Morrison's.
Okay. I may look that one up.
Indeed. Graham in trouble saying that would love some mayo, Matt. You try it, Graham, and tell me how you think. How about that?
He always brings the hot food takes, but he's never the one to try them.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got at some point, Mag. I've got a box full of food treats I've got from my drive crate throughout the year, and I haven't had them yet, so I need to have them at some point. So I may do a taste test live on the stream at some point.
Yeah. Well, braver man than me.
Indeed. FIFA Connor is saying I got 2 for the same one, which is a different Lindt one, but my mum has a pork scratchings one.
Yeah, I was tempted with a pork scratchings one, but I didn't plump for it. I got the Reese's one instead.
I know that there is a you can get a beer one which has like a can of beer behind every door. It must weigh a ton that can. That's not like a cardboard for sure.
Well, it's 24 pack. You can
Yeah, but
have
that's
cans
really,
in that size.
Graham's causing trouble and defending himself. Isn't W.M. Morrison a wrestler on Impact? As you proved last week, Graham, you can't get Morrison and Morrissey the right way around. Grace says, I have and there's video evidence of it on the MGB Wrestling Podcast YouTube page, but I can't get one from Britain, to be honest.
Okay.
So in his defense, he does back them up, but even
he does. I mean,
they tried crickets. Yeah.
He did, and the famous peanuts in Cork.
To be fair, I get why that would work, but
it's still the floating peanuts in your Cork is grimy.
Indeed, and Graham was like he got his stepdad the pork scratchings one.
Yeah, artisan pork scratchings have really took off recently.
They really have. They really have. And so much so that we're tempted to get them at work ourselves, but just not enough.
I had some ghost chili flavored ones a while back.
Like ghost chili, don't you?
Yeah, they were delicious. Really, really good.
So yeah, I was watching Top Gear a couple weeks, not this week, a week before. They had they were doing a lap of a track, and each time they went round it, they had to eat a pepper, and then getting hotter and hotter and hotter.
Okay.
Freddie Flintoff finished all 5. Paddy Mears managed to get 2 down. Chris Harris, to his fair, not our Chris Harris. Got 4 down him.
Wow. And this is a football podcast, folks. Definitely stick around for the football.
Indeed.
The teams the teams have come out for the lineup now. Interesting team. So, Matt, what result would you be plumping for? Obviously, you've got a dog in this fight, indirectly, I suppose.
I do. And for me, Mags, my prediction is I would very much like to see a 2-1 win
for
West Ham.
And that's because they're 7 points behind you. So them picking up 3 points doesn't lift them up the table, but it keeps Chelsea within 2. So that absolutely makes sense. For me, and Connor in the chat has kind of beat me to the punch. I think this has got draw all over it. Chelsea, whilst they haven't been doing bad, their form is actually they can't string 2 wins together. It's gone win, draw, win. So I'm hoping that carries on. And that West Ham can pick up a draw, whilst Chris Dars in the background there.
I apologise, people.
It's life. It's COVID.
It's not COVID. It's just a cold.
It's Chris has got the Transformer Cron.
Yeah. So what score are you in for? 1-1?
I'm going for 2 apiece. I think that's there's certainly goals in this, and yeah, I think to keep the excitement going and to make sure Liverpool can't get to the top of the league this weekend, I'm going to go for a Chelsea draw.
He knows who you want to win. Who do you think he will win? Ask you again, Mags. Okay, ask me again then, dude.
Who do you think will win?
West Ham.
Not. Who do I think will win? I want a draw. I think Chelsea probably will squeak it.
Indeed. Graham slating a little bit. Life happens, unfortunately, my dude. You can't talk. Your computer wasn't working last night properly.
Oh, look at this! A bit of dissent in the good cop bad cop ranks here.
I've just had the most amazing thing. I've just had a notification about a follow back tweet. A follow back from the Nightmare TV show. Remember that, Max?
I mean, I'm a kind of person who cannot go to sleep in silence, so I have to have something on in the background. And I regularly will go to sleep to Nightmare.
Yeah, they just followed me back. They're starting. They're relaunching apparently.
If it hasn't got the same guy as
Treguard,
I am not interested.
I don't think He's getting quite old now, so I hope he's
don't care.
all right.
He is ageless.
Indeed.
As we take the knee.
Take the knee here, of course. At this point, we remind everybody, of course, watching, there is no room for any discrimination, including racism, in football or any walk of life.
And Chelsea get the kickoff.
We are underway. Should be a good game, this one, Mags, in theory.
Yep, packed London Stadium. I mean, we spoke before about how West Ham could be playing absolutely anyone, and they absolutely pack out that stadium. And these are fierce rivals. So there's going to be quite the atmosphere there at the London Stadium, I think.
Indeed. West Ham had a habit recently of mixing up with a big team, of course. Obviously, last week in torrential snow conditions, they only lost 2-1 to Man City. They beat Liverpool 3-2 here, and they could well upset the top race again today. If you're just joining us to Radio Tekkers, welcome to Breakfast with Tekkers. Basically, you've got myself and Mag, the alternative commentary to West Ham United versus Chelsea from the Premier League. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Good morning, gentlemen, from Conor McCabe in the chat. It is always good to see you, sir. Nice and early for you.
Jesus Christ! He's up with the birds this morning. Good morning, sir.
Indeed. Graham is asking, I forgot to ask you, Matt, on GCBC about the wrestler who followed us on Thursday. I sent you the picture. I will quickly see what that picture is.
As Chelsea started really fresh in this first 90 seconds or so. It's been pretty much all Chelsea bundled over. Referee finally gives the foul. That was took him a hell of a long time to make that decision.
Yes, Graham, I know who that is. Yes, it's Buff Bagwell.
Oh, it's Buff the Stuff, Fletcher. Get him on the show. Get him on the show. I'm being serious. That would be a brilliant get.
With his hat, for sure. FIFA Connor has muted his TV, so I'm only here for you. That sounds like
who was actually on the commentary?
The commentary, I've got to be honest, I didn't pay attention. I believe it's Steve McManaman and
you don't need to add anymore. You don't need to add anymore. You said Steve McManaman. That's enough to smash your TV speakers.
Dan Griffin is saying afternoon, folks.
Hello,
and also just casually dropping in Buff for UTT as well. He has
get him on the show. Get him on the unbooking the tanker tray.
This is Mags saying basically he doesn't follow Mags yet.
I don't even know. I very rarely check my followers, but let's have a look. I might be followed by Buff the Stuff. Is it at Buff Bagwell by any chance?
No, it's not actually. It is Mark with C Buff Bagwell.
Okay. Real Buff Bagwell or
no, it's Marcus. It's Mark Buff Bagwell.
Are you sure that's the real Buff Bagwell?
He's literally a professional wrestler. Book him.
Yeah, but then there's also the real Buff Bagwell.
I can't answer that one if that's the case then.
That's interesting. Oh, Mark Buff Bagwell. Yeah, because he's been on Bury the Gimmick, so.
Yeah. Graham's asking, is it a fake account? Max is saying maybe not.
There is other Buff Bagwell accounts.
Yeah.
So I
Dan
hope it's not.
Dan Griffin's saying he's heard stories about Buff Bagwell and the hat and his escort days that he shan't repeat here.
Hashtag Cowboys for Angels. No, I think it's the real one because he's been tagged in an episode of Bury the Gimmick where he was a guest, and they've used that at sign and he's retweeted it. So perhaps it is the real one.
and to be fair, as being Dan Griffin saying, Tank Abbott was rolling a battle royal with Buff, and people are saying, to be fair, even a real Buff Bagwell might as well be fake because who cares?
Oh wow! It's after poor Judy Bagwell passed away.
Yes,
You're
indeed.
heartless, sir. Heartless.
Heartless.
Can you imagine Buff Bagwell coming on to talk about his devil's advocate?
Oh, don't. Oh, God, no. That's one I don't want to write ever. We're 5 minutes into this game already, by the way. It's gone by really quickly.
Yeah, it's been all Chelsea.
It has.
West Ham are now trying to pin Chelsea back in their own half, but yeah, Chelsea just tiki-taka, one-touch football, passing around.
So Tuchel's adamant on the touchline. He's screaming. I just see the silver arms going up because the camera's not seeing all of that part of the touchline. He's just waving and gesticulating, and he's furious.
Dan Griffin said he might have to do an episode of UTT for the first ever Judy on a forklift match. Get him in for that match. Book him for that.
Graham, that's a match that you should get Jackson to watch for Jackson's Goofy Brawls.
Mm-hmm.
Reese James will cross in.
Oh,
yeah, got to it, but it's not like he
just not enough power on it. Yeah, not enough power on it, and I think it took a little bit of a deflection off the last defender. Yeah, and that took the power away from it. Yeah, but the shows that the door is open, and
is so angry all the time.
It's because he's not the best German manager in the league now.
He may not even be the second best. You never know. You got when you look at something I was seeing this morning. West Ham legend Trevor Sinclair said that David De Gea is probably going to get booted out the door in January.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
and the
not.
reason why we are seeing right now a young fan, unfortunately, being celebrated, who passed away till he was 6 years old. That's terrible.
So Connor's asking for a timestamp. My clock is on 6:51.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, I like it when they do the little for who passed away. It's a lovely thing, and both sides always.
And I think the little kid was a Birmingham fan as well, so it's not even that they have a link to this club. It's just cool of the clubs to still do that. Oh,
it's a little sighter from gave the ball away.
Yeah, a bad pass by Thiago Silva. I mean, the shot was nowhere near. Mendy wasn't trouble, but it's the fact that
it's the intent.
The chance was there.
Joe Bow is really becoming a good little player. He's going to fight. Natural call up for sure soon.
He definitely was feeling the pressure when he went through. I think it was a 10-game run without scoring. But since he got back on the score sheet, his confidence has blossomed. And that was a massive push there. Was that Zuma with a push? It was. Does West Ham have the throw-in?
The reason why I was saying that he thinks that De Gea will be heading out is because Ralph Ragnarok, as I'm calling him,
the amount of actual press, like legitimate press outlets that have spelt his name wrong has been unreal.
Good header wide. Suchek. West Ham coming into the game a bit more.
Go on. So why's De Gea on the outs?
Because traditionally, apparently, he liked playing with a sweeper keeper, which De Gea is not.
I understand that, but he's also... and this is why I can't understand all the talk of him bringing in mass amounts of transfers. He's still the interim manager. He's still there on a very short-term deal.
He has also said in his interview, his first interview, that he could stay past that as manager.
I mean, why wouldn't you sign him to a 2-year plus deal then?
This is it.
Mr. Ray Cash, hello, sir.
It is early for you, sir. Yes, but then again, are you in Texas or are you in Baltimore?
I mean, is it the difference of an hour? So it's still early either way. Oh,
Reese James was looking for to get more goals in the.
That was a good
on the
tester.
left there.
Yeah, that was a good test, and Fabianski was equal to it. But it just shows the confidence that these wing backs have got for Chelsea. Interesting, there's no Ben Chilwell, who's also had like massively amazing
I
scoring.
believe he's got an injury at the moment.
Yeah, he's not on the bench.
He came back from injured, I believe. Connor's saying in the chat, this is the first time Zoom has ever played against Chelsea.
Yes,
I believe he's always been tied. He's always been like illegible. He's been on loan against them. And
I still believe they should have kept him. I think last season he was hitting his form, his best season in terms of goals. I thought he was a rock last season. So to let him go, especially for less than 30 million, that's an absolute bargain for West Ham.
Absolutely. Ray Cash saying, I'm in Burnley.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
But it's not early then, is it?
Well, yeah, exactly. So it's not that early, unless you sleep past lunch, which is...
Oh! Havertz missed!
That was clear-cut. Havertz had all the time in the world then to find his spot. Great play, though. I think it got pulled for offside anyway.
It was offside. That saves his blushes a little bit.
But that was a bad miss. I mean, he tried to edge it in the near post. I think Fabianski would have had it anyway, but...
A few kind of in the chat is saying that's why you don't play strikerless. Well, you can play strikerless. It works fine for Man City.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got the difference is when you've got strikers like Jesus on the books, it's easy to go strikerless because you've got players with way more caliber. When you've got Werner and Lukaku on the books, do you sit them on the bench whilst you play essentially three wingers?
They've done that, haven't they?
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, but is that the right move to play? But then you've also got to take into account the amount of games that Chelsea have got in this run up to Christmas is ridiculous. So
yeah, because they got the Club World Cup as well, of course, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly. So you've got to ration out your players, make sure that they stay fit, and then in January, I think it's the African Cup of Nations, so they're gonna
potentially. There's a lot of last 24 hours. There's a lot of European clubs asking FIFA to say, is this going ahead or is it not? Because if it is going ahead, they're concerned for the players because obviously at the moment Africa is the central area for the Omicron variant, of course.
Yep.
FIFA Connor is saying if Lukaku is injured on the bench today, so he's hopefully he'll get his third bit of game time since being out.
Yeah, I think this will be like he'll get a bit of a. I think he got a little bit of a run out recently, but I think he'll get maybe 15, 20 minutes today just to get a little bit more blood in the legs.
Training's all well and good, but you can't beat good old fashioned match
game time. Yeah. As Chelsea are now trying to break from defence, West Ham backing off a lot, not a lot of pressing. They're finding a lot of room down that left side.
They're doing a lot of man-for-man marking, but a lot of zone at the same time. They're mixing and matching the marking side. I think I like it a lot. Connor is saying, I would also like to say, F Arsenal.
Some unwarranted Arsenal hate in the chat. You've got to
now. I'm glad you brought this up, Connor, because I've got something about this. I want to address because I've been looking at a few bits and pieces because of the treatment of injuries guidance from the FA. Okay, this is what has to be abided by from the laws of the game. Now, obviously,
That's a great ball.
Indeed, it is. We'll get to that in a moment.
Oh, good block. Well defended and well away.
So yeah, they were talking about. I'm guessing that's kind of referring to the fact that they scored against De Gea while he was down injured. However, he was injured by his own player standing on his heel. Now, Mags, before we get to the rules stage, do you think that the goal should have stood or not?
I think it should have stood.
Okay. I thought the same thing. And then I had a glance at the rules, and there are rules. I'll go through a few rules, so do bear with me. I've got to look down for a moment. Play is allowed to continue until the ball is out of play if a ball is, in their opinion, only slightly injured. The player is not allowed to be treated until the play. Goal. However, exceptions are only for if it's injured a goalkeeper, then the ball must be stopped immediately.
So it was no matter what, it should have been stopped then.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
that's fair.
Yeah, so I can see what a lot of people are complaining about it. So, to be fair, the VAR should have shown that he was down. It doesn't matter who injured him.
It's the fact that the goalkeeper's injured. Yeah.
Yes, but at the same time, if they thought he was overreacting, then a goalkeeper goes down injured. The ball has to go dead.
Yeah,
and it didn't. So
that's some bad refereeing.
That's bad refereeing, and that's the VAR as well. So questions to be asked there for sure. Unfortunately,
and Connor was adding context to his message saying, "I was more just refereeing to us beating them and them sucking." Yeah, I mean,
I think referring what you mean. Yeah. To be fair, actually, Arsenal gave you a good game. To be fair, that's the best I've seen. May not have played in a long time.
And let us know in the chat, Connor, about what you think about Ralph Rangnick coming in and being the interim and potentially the permanent boss. Think it's a good move, or would you have stuck with unbeaten Michael Carrick,
who's now left the club completely?
Yeah, I am not surprised.
I sort of am.
Really? I think
I sort of am. I thought he would have stuck around to learn underneath Ralph and then take the job full time in the season.
I think he got the taste of managerial and thinks he can go and do a Frank Lampard step into a new job. Yeah, and it doesn't help when you get people like Robbie Savage harping it up on I think it's on TalkSport or whatever show he's on, saying he thinks that Michael Carrick will be the next great manager. And you're like, off what? What are you basing that off? Because what he did for underneath Ollie was adequate at best. And yeah, he got some good results in the very few matches he was in charge, but that was more the players being in a better frame and after they'd forced Ollie out of the club. It was not really anything to do with Michael Carrick being in charge. So we're going to get to the point where Carrick thinks he's the next big thing when he's not.
But then we're break here, advantage being played, and now foul given on the edge of the box.
Oh, I think the. Has he give the? Is he? Are they looking for a penalty? It was absolutely nowhere near a penalty.
No, not at all. They get a foul there and then a foul there, Mag. So he was fouled twice. The advantage being played. He pulled back for the first one because the foul was applied while the
so he wanted it on the foul on the edge of the box.
But yeah, he wanted the second one, but it's not. People is saying, for all we know, Carrick could have suggested both things earlier, but Ollie's being stubborn and thinking he knows best. This is a man who had the same hairstyle since he was 5.
Okay. I can see that. I can see maybe that's why he was sat there frustrated. But then why leave the club when Rangnick became involved? Why not do, as Matt said, sit under the Rangnick learning tree? I mean, how many of the top managers in the world now have been in seminars and been taught the same system as Ralph Rangnick? He's the father of Gegenpress for God's sake.
Behind for a corner.
It would have been the ideal person to learn under. So for him to leave the club completely, that to me says that he thinks he can jump into another managerial role.
Indeed. I think Carrick had a particular manager and did not enjoy it, for all we know.
Perhaps that's the thing, or perhaps he's so in Ole's kind of system that Ole left and he left at the next available chance. Perhaps. Anyway, Graham in the chat saying, had to watch the AW highlights, was listening, guys, but back now. Yeah, those are Cody Rhodes, man. How far do you go to make people like you?
No one's ever going to like him, I don't think.
Have you seen the photos of his back?
Yeah.
Where the plastic from the table is essentially stuck to his skin. All for a nothing.
All for a plastic table.
Well, I don't think it's a plastic table. It's just the coating on the wood.
Well, who buys that without to buy wood?
All for a spot that meant nothing in the grand scheme of things. He pinned Andrade while still being on fire, and he telegraphed it all because he had fire gel all over his back for the whole match. So people knew that the spot was coming.
Indeed. I mean, if you compare that to when Edge and Foley went through the table of fire at WrestleMania 22, they had fire gel on, but it sweated it off by the time it came to it, so they were just went through it without any protection.
The more worrying thing for me was the spot that they did in the fight in the table, where essentially Andrade went face first into the table. Now, why risk that? Why risk the guy's face just for a meaningless spot? I don't get it.
Because he's a spot monkey. He's telling Shane McMahon.
Is he Italian? I don't know if he's Italian.
Oh, here we go. Here you go. From FIFA Corner, I've heard going without protection is the best way.
Ba-bum. As long as your pull-out game is strong.
I laughed how Cody helps out the table and ended it for a second. Glad he got off when the top rope, or would have been even worse.
Yeah. And I like how they brought back Brandy, who everybody loves and definitely has been missed and certainly won't get groans from the AEW fan base, to pour 2 full tubs of lighter fluid on a table to make it look like a proper raging inferno. I don't know. Oh, ridiculous.
Speaking of things we don't know, new comer today, of course, but from Andrade, him and Charlotte have broken up.
Really?
Apparently so.
I have not heard that.
Yeah, well, I think they about the flares in general on Good Cop Bad Cop this week. Check it out tomorrow. Speaking of a fight breaking out on the pitch,
yep,
Jorginho's been booked.
Yep, people are reporting that they've split, and she's called off the wedding. Wow.
To be fair, Declan Rice didn't need to do that. To be fair, Declan Rice did what Ronaldo did, more or less.
That's a knee to the head, but Jorginho did essentially grab the ball.
Referee already blown for it.
Yeah. I'm not defending Declan Rice, but I'm saying that Jorginho made that into a powder keg when it didn't need to. He'd already got the foul.
Exactly. It's only his second of the season. Really, it surprised me. FIFA is saying it's becoming more clear that Cody's AEW's John Cena. No, actually, because some people actually like John Cena.
I mean, some people do like Cody. I mean, I don't.
If their last name is Rhodes, or if their name, or they happen to be part of the elite, yeah.
I mean, I don't particularly hate Cody. I've just never thought he was the second coming of wrestling, and I think AEW it's his way to try and get out of his dad's shadow. But
you never will, or his brothers for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing you see. That's the thing you see. His brother will always be superior.
I mean, that's fair, I suppose. Even though his brother is also a bit of a douchebag.
Yeah, maybe so. But in terms of a gimmick, in terms of as a wrestler,
longevity,
Goldust is miles ahead of anything Cody Rhodes could ever do. Well, certainly at this point of his career, anyway. Cody did the big baby phase that everyone wants to turn heel because he's pissing everyone off, but he will not. A.K. John Cena. He has been heel though multiple times in his career, just not in AEW.
And Graham with the stats. Reese James, 21 years, 261 days, is the youngest English Chelsea player to start 50 matches since Big JT in 2002. That's a brilliant stat. And,
it is.
And it just shows how well of a player that Reese James has built into that. At younger than 22 years old, he's looking so. He's looking like someone who you can't drop.
Indeed. Mentioning John Terry, of course, I found out today John Terry is the president of Chelsea Women.
Doesn't he still work at Aston Villa?
Yeah.
Is that not a massive conflict?
I believe it's like an honorary title.
Oh, okay. Fair play.
Yeah, I find that quite funny. Funny. Well, actually, maybe not. Maybe John Terry moved on after all. He was part of Dean Smith's back room.
Yeah, I've not heard any news. You would think as well he would be the one in line to take over at Villa.
I wouldn't let him run a bar at a football club.
He was. Let's have a look. What's he doing now?
Okay, managerial hierarchy. John Terry is nothing to do with the team anymore. The assistant manager for Steven Gerrard is Gary McAllister.
Oh yeah, it says he actually left in July. I didn't realise that. Villa confirmed that John Terry has left the club. Wow. Interesting. So maybe his role at Chelsea is a permanent one.
So yeah, he must have become back. Yeah, this year. He left Eton and then became president of Chelsea Women. Yeah. It's so sad that England has 3 world-class right backs and therefore not all get game time for England. This is the thing, you see, when you've got quality in every position. It's like the old days when you had like Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard, Hargreaves. You had so many good players that could play those midfield roles. You had to pick 2, or less than that sometimes. Then it got awkward. And when but at least you could pick like 2 out of 3. This one you could pick 1. They can play the left side, of course, but you got Chilwell and everyone else, don't you, as well?
Oof, Chelsea with a corner.
What if Zuma?
Yeah, there's a little bit of head tennis in the box. Zuma gets the last touchdown and takes it off. So we essentially get to retake the corner in the big game of the day. 10 minutes in, and Bucks are now drawing 0-0 with Morecambe. Come on, Morecambe. Oh, it's a great header, and it's in, and it's Thiago Silva with the goal.
It is. In fact, you got a hand to it, but in off a post.
There was again. It looked like there was a little bit of a deflection off the header, but yeah, I feel for Fabianski because he did well to get to that, but just not enough to keep it out of the goal and in off the post. So as we get the replay. Yeah, Thiago. No, there's no deflection. Thiago heads it down just in front of Fabianski, who can get fingertips to it. But he's
tips it onto the inside of the post and in.
Yeah, the power of the header. That's a great header as well.
Very good header. Very good header.
Head it down so the keeper has to really struggle. That was well played and great goal for Silva. And the goal was coming. I just didn't think it would be Silva that got it, but no. Chelsea won, West Ham 0.
Indeed. Graham saying that some posts saying it's Reece James' 100th game for Chelsea, so not sure on Opta Joe's stat now. It may be the 100th game, but bear in mind he started 50 games for Chelsea in the Premier League. So that means he'll have 50 appearances as sub or in League Cup, FA Cup, Champions League, Europa League. So I can believe that stat. I believe both stats are accurate.
Right. So in
talking
terms
about the post as well, Buxton's hit the post apparently.
In terms of the league, he's actually had 66 appearances total, so it's definitely more likely to be 50 starts. In terms of career totals, he's had 111 appearances.
Max, Chargers still just cleared off the line, by the way.
He's just cleared off the line. Jesus Christ.
Kufal,
I'm there reading stats.
Kufal has just blasted a shot. It went past Mendy, and thankfully for Chelsea.
So he becomes double hero in the space of 2 minutes.
Hero to hero.
Yep.
And he was remember, guys, he was a free signing last season as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so going back to Reese James, he's made 111 league appearances total because he spent some time on loan at Wigan. So, yeah, it will be 50 starts, Graham, so the stat is correct.
Yeah, Graham, you give me credit there. Missed the word started. Also, a few guys saying Wan-Bissaka does not even get called up. To be fair, he's had a woeful season. Defensively, certainly had a woeful season. He was better against Arsenal, I think, but that's not saying a great deal.
And I think Luke Shaw has fell off as well. He's been not good.
It's not the football in that match that's important. Dan Graham said it's the quality of half-time water. I'm assuming Bucks is the home team.
Props if Buxton's official water is Highland Spring.
Or Abbywell. Yeah. Or Moorgate or something like that. It's Dan Griffin being brutal in the chat, Max. More
there we go. He's been more.
Tells you a chance. Straight down. Lots of cheeks straight down straight down the throat of Fabianski.
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka. That's a good shout. I think the defensive touch took the power away from that. Made it a little bit easier for Fabianski.
Dan Griffin liking the joke from Graham. Indeed, they're not always that good, but that one was very good, Graham.
Ball back to Mendy now.
This has been an enjoyable first half hour. The chat has come alive. If you're just joining us on the Tekkers broadcast, this is Breakfast with Tekkers. Basically, we are covering the lunchtime kickoff of West Ham United versus Chelsea. Current score is Chelsea 1-0 up away at London Stadium. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel.
Rudiger powering down the wing, plays it to Alonso, and that is quality defending. Both guys teaming up there on Havertz, I think it was. But yeah, that's a great run by Rudiger and a great ball.
I'm not sure who got the foot in there. There's two of them.
They essentially flanked Havertz then.
Indeed. Graham said, I was going to suggest you use rhyming slang with Sherman Tank to play safe and then use that as a link to Dan's new podcast.
Everybody go and check out Untanking the Territory or Unbooking the Tanker Tray or whatever ridiculous name the guys have called it. Essentially, they're doing a mini series about the wrestling prowess of one Tank Abbott, which is going to be hilarious. I can't wait for them episodes to drop.
Well, to be fair, everything that UT2 does is fantastic. They only had the best guests on that show. End to end, I mean, Mendy's seeing way more of the ball than I expected, to be fair. And there's a poor pass out from Mendy. Whereas I'm coming forward with Kufal.
Pin back though, and
they give it away.
And give the ball away.
And foul after foul. Yellow card, surely.
No card.
Probably yellow card, surely. Not given? Ooh, lucky boy. Dan confirmed it's unbooking the Tankatory.
Yeah.
For during Monday. Until our invite arrives, Matt. Thanks, Graham.
You two actually make a great episode. Get you both on at the same time. Watch
And
some
the thing
classic.
it's fun. If we struggle to find the right time to go back up week to week, but we get it done somehow.
That's because you've got 400 podcasts, Matt.
No, it's not. It's not that. Because I have a social life now. Now lockdown.
Oh, la da da. Well, don't worry about that because it'll soon be back in lockdown. So that social life will go out the window.
I have faith that we won't be locked down again.
Listen, the Transformer Crom is going to pin us all back in our homes. Believe you me.
Dan Griffin is saying, "Thank you for the love, gentlemen. I am well and truly humbled. Invites for 2022 schedule will be dropping shortly when I get my arse in gear."
Just I'm free. Just frog in my throat then a little bit. Oh, brilliant. I was waiting on this, everybody. Live, sport, whatever it is. Oh, Matt's hidden the comment. Oh, I was looking for live SRV3 sport. I lost my link where I give away all of my financial details to somebody who I don't know.
I protect half a million in the chat. People kind of saying social life. What the is that? What the fudge is a social life? Editing podcast is not a social life, and D&D is not a social life either.
Oof. The smoke towards you, Matt.
Smoke?
Jesus.
That's freaking inferno.
Wow. Yeah.
God almighty.
It's also funny because it's true.
It is true, but I also do stuff outside of these walls as well, to be fair.
Well, not anymore. Omicron has put pay to that.
I have faith that it won't.
Well, we were controlled by, as a French President Emmanuel Macron said, a clown.
I'm not entirely sure that someone whose name literally translates as goose is the person for it. Oh, we've got breaking news. Buxton are sponsored by Buxton Water.
Thank the Lord.
Absolutely.
Although they don't drink it because it tastes like piss.
Running to get shots for Chris is not a social life. I don't run for anybody.
You're just giving him ammunition now, Matt.
No, to be fair, fine. It's about 10 to go to half time here. West Ham, despite going behind, I will put you in timeout, Connor. I have the Twitch controls at my disposal. Okay, I will do that happily.
Also, work does not count, I would assume. Now, knowing what Matt's work is incredibly important, giving hormonal advice to people who just want a bacon sarnie before they go to their hospital appointments. You're not batting. Why has this turned into a Bully Matt podcast? As Edward Mendy gets into some trouble, and it's been given. That's an absolute penalty. Edouard Mendy got himself in a world of trouble there.
He's had a shaky game, Mags. While we're waiting for the VAR, because it obviously will be VAR checked.
I mean, he has the ball there, and he's trying to hold off Bowen.
He had the ball. He did get the ball, but then he did, yeah. So I think the first part's fine, in my opinion. The second part, however, is not.
Yeah, he should have got rid of the ball straight away instead of trying to essentially midfield his way out of trouble.
Uncle Conor McCabe is saying, going to see the nephew later this morning. They've named him Vincent for a first name and Matthew as a middle name. I fully agree with that. Fully agree with that. People are like, I'll take a bacon sandwich, Matt, thanks. If you're in the area and I'm at work, I'll make you a bacon sandwich, mate. It's all good. Clicking the 5, 0, and 0 again. Does that really work? Okay, Graham. You've had your fun now. You've had your fun.
Matt is in control of the ping. He's supervisors.
Graham, your time up for 5 minutes.
Oh, wow. You boy.
I can see a food down the back of Buxton, which have a clean, fresh food. No indication of what kind of food, but it is clean and fresh. Good penalty.
And a great penalty. Well taken. And Mendy is fuming.
West Ham
Lanzini's squaring up to somebody there.
the Chelsea players were not happy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like he's scoring on his first start of the season.
Yep. So that, and it also 5 minutes to go, going into halftime level,
changed things massively.
All the momentum is with West Ham now.
West Ham have been in good form as well this half. They've grown into this half very, very well, and they're finishing on a high right now.
That penalty was perfect.
You called a draw, Mags. I called a 2-1 West Ham win. Both results are on.
Yep.
Oof, FIFA Connor. Rob Green level mistake from Mendy there.
Yeah, a Massimo Taibi level mistake.
Graham has switched to the MGP Wrestling Podcast account.
Wow. So, I mean,
Matt.
that's circumventing terms and service, surely.
I'll let it pass. It's fine. It's cool.
I don't know.
It's cool.
I may have to report it.
I'm really happy I kept Mendy in my fantasy football team.
I bet you're not. £1 million bet you're not. Gives away a penalty and lets the penalty. Oh, Tuchel is fuming. He's wafting the bubbles away.
Kepa sitting behind him as well. Well, we can see his legs anyway. I bet he's wondering if he would have made that mistake or not.
Yes, he would. It'd be 3-1 by now if Kepa was playing.
You wouldn't block a 13-year-old, would you? To be fair,
as we say that, Chelsea's straight on the attack. Ball's gone loose. Oh, wow. I think Rudiger is fuming there that they didn't play the ball to him.
Is Kepa the most expensive backup ever? Well, you say that. I do think that in terms of goalkeeper, possibly. It didn't work for him, did it? It didn't work for him, unfortunately.
And there's no kind of rumours of him signing a new contract, so I think he's just there to
I think he'll be gone in, for sure. Especially when we've got Willie Caballero technically now in front of him. Now, I saw something on one of the dirt sheets last night. The Juventus deal to send Ronaldo to Man United is now being probed for fraud.
24 deals, I think, over the last 2.5 seasons have been probed. The biggest one is the swap deal with Pjanic and Arta. They're saying that both clubs massively overpriced the players to kind of balance books.
Yeah. FIFA Connor saying, oh, wait, Coutinho is the most defensive backup ever.
Very, very true.
This is very true.
Dan Griffin there. Jack Grealish is the most expensive bench warmer. Yeah, absolutely.
Indeed. And Dan Griffin was also saying, I'd be fuming if Chelsea dropping points wasn't great for Liverpool. Sai is saying, afternoon all. Welcome, Sai. Don't forget to check out Sai and Mags on Monday with Chain Wrestling.
And just for Sai, because he is struggling, a bit of sign language.
Oh, is he actually struggling? Is he?
He's deaf. Sam.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. He's probably still heard Chris though. A deaf man heard that.
I missed the start of the show last week. To be fair, so I didn't hear that part.
I heard that. Is he literally coughing into the microphone? That's brilliant.
My microphone is extremely sensitive. He can pick up stuff from 2 floors down. Yeah. Greg Down saying afternoon sign. Great shout on Coutinho as well. Everyone agreeing about the Coutinho shout. Connor's got a great shout on that one. This is can West Ham hold on to halftime?
Chelsea are throwing everything at West Ham to get back in the lead. And that's a great ball. It drops out. And that's a brilliant finish. That is an amazing finish by Mason Mount. Wow. Collapse with a minute to go.
The commentator has said that's one of the goals of the season.
I mean, that's hyperbole, but the ball was certainly brilliant. Mason Mount had all the time in the world to watch that drop. Kurt Zuma's fuming at his defense. that coffee's getting so loud. Brilliant. So let's have another quick look at it now. Two great balls, to be fair. The ball to Ziyech was brilliant, and then that perfect long ball, well taken by Mount. I don't think it's goal of the season, but it's certainly a great goal.
He basically passes it in the net, is what he does.
Yeah, and Zuma tries his best to get to it, but to no avail. And Chelsea, after kind of being upset with that penalty, go back into the lead, and they'll certainly be happy about that.
Mount made that look very easy, says Connor.
I think the whole team makes it look easy. The long ball to Ziyech was brilliant. And then Ziyech's kind of cross pitch pass was phenomenal. I don't think there's anything that Fabianski could have done about that.
Connor saying, I hope my 2-2 stays possible. Sai saying, I've got some sign language for you, Magsy. I'm
just trying to provide a service to our hard of hearing brethren, and that's the abuse I get.
Graham is saying, sorry to hear a bit much. It's a little bit harsh.
The irony that he said sorry to hear that you're a little bit more.
Antonio shot from a kickoff.
Yeah, trying to get that last second equaliser, and it looks like we're making a first half substitution here. Is somebody picked up an injury?
Oh no!
So Johnson's gone off, and then bringing on Masuaku. I was with a West Ham fan on Thursday night. He's at the game today, actually. He goes, and he wouldn't trust him. He wouldn't trust him in any position on the pitch, Masuaku. But I didn't see anything particularly wrong with Johnson, though, so I wonder why.
Switch.
Then why not just wait till half-time to make that switch? Why give Masuaku 45, 50 seconds?
Oof.
And Kurt Zuma's picked up a knock there as well. And he is a worry when he picks up a knock because he's got Weetabix knees.
He did a stud down his leg, didn't he?
Yeah, it looked like it.
Against the play, Morecambe are now 1-0 up, apparently.
Oh, brilliant. Come on, the Morecambe. Come on.
Do you think Moyes will be pissed and bollocking the player in the dressing room for not doing better for that second goal? Well, to be fair, I think Moyes will certainly have words to say for sure. Look at something about the Chelsea man being down as well here.
Yeah, I don't think it was particularly the studs, Matt.
He landed quite hard.
Yeah, he's landed on that thigh very, very hard, and it looks like Havertz has twisted his ankle when he got trapped in the net.
Yeah, in the net. Yeah. This is a worry for both sides, of course.
I think it's more of a worry for West Ham, knowing that they've just made a substitution, and now probably one of their better players on this pitch so far has pulled up. We're getting replays of the incident with Eduard Mendy. Yeah, that is a fault of his own making. And it was a beautifully taken penalty by Lanzini as well. No keeper in the world was stopping that.
Indeed. When Zuma goes down, he goes down for a long time.
It's been very recurring.
But he is up.
He's up and he is trotting along.
I'm wondering if...
Oh, Jesus.
What's that?
So they've just stood up Kai Havertz, and it looked like his kneecap was the wrong way around. I
wasn't looking at his kneecap. I'm glad about that, if that's the case.
Half-time called anyway.
Stockton capitalised on a defensive lapse in concentration to slot it nicely, apparently. So, yeah, it's 2-1 at half time, and it's certainly, we argue against on a play from mate as well.
Mm-hmm. Come on, the Shrimpers. Are they called the Shrimpers? I think they're called the Shrimpers, aren't they, Morecambe?
I believe so, yes.
Yep.
So at half time here, of course, 2-1 to the visitors, the league leaders. Let's have a little glance at the fixtures to come rest of this afternoon, Mag, shall we? And let's discuss what we're hoping for. Because obviously we've got the volley coming up on Monday, of course, and we've got 20 games to cover. So
maybe a little bit worse for wear Monday as well.
We'll be much more quick fire, I think, on Monday.
I mean, definitely tune into Chain Wrestling before that, because me and Si have got something, some fun stuff planned for the anniversary episode. But I may rock up to the volley a little bit worse for wear.
Okay, that's never a good sign of things. Dan Griffin
but I will rock up.
Dan Griffin is saying, "I'm very glad I'm watching Bucks and Morecambe for talking backwards kneecaps." Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it may be fine. They may just pop it back in place, but it looked pretty rough.
You got people saying, what I'm confused about is the Chelsea fans booing Zuma when they're the ones that wanted him gone, not the other way around.
Yeah, I've never got the hate for Kurt Zuma. I've always thought he was he had it all as a central defender, built like a tank, but still lightning quick. Finally getting to a point where he was scoring plenty of goals. I just don't get why they hated him.
Indeed. Yeah. So saying fun for the viewers, not so much for us, Max.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, this is all Simon's idea, and if it goes wrong, I
saw the vote thing on your Twitter feed, Magsy.
Wait till you see what that vote entails, sir. Wait till you see.
Is it beef, chicken, and vegetable?
Yeah, there's no
animal,
context.
Vegetable, mineral, is it?
pretty much. But yeah, it's going to be brutal. Dan giving us more information.
Injury in the Bucks game, the Girolamo. Is that Girolamo? It was like a chavvy Tom Hardy has gone off for some reason. Fair enough.
So yeah, this game half-time 2-1 to West Ham with Thiago opening the scoring with a great header off the corner. Lanzini capitalising on Edouard's ridiculous mistake in the penalty box to score the penalty with about 5 minutes to go, and then Mount with a brilliant finish from an even more brilliant Ziyech cross to put Chelsea in ahead at the London Stadium at half-time.
Indeed. And that's at the higher end of the table, of course. At the bottom of the table, with a massive game at 3:00, which is Newcastle-Burnley, Mags. I'm telling Burnley to not only win this one, but win this one convincingly.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Newcastle they've started to get points, but we need to capitalise. I mean, Burnley we're actually unbeaten in our last 5 in the Premier League. Only one of those ended up being a win, though, and that's the issue: converting those draws into wins. We need to beat Newcastle, because if we don't, we're essentially dragged into that kind of 3-way tussle. And if the results go right, as I predict, it might see that Burnley are out of the relegation zone come the end of the day. So I'm not as fully confident as you. I think it's maybe one goal in it, but I would happily take a 1-0 win away to Newcastle.
Indeed. We've got Southampton, Brighton.
Yeah, Brighton on a real kind of downward spiral. We're top 4 for a while now. Again, haven't won in their last 5. Southampton had a little bit of return to form a few matches ago, but again they've kind of like dropped down the pecking order. A couple of losses and draws in their last game. So these two are draw machines. I think we see another draw between them. They are joint second and joint third in terms of draws. So I see a draw happening. I think they both have been lackluster in front of goal as well. So 0-0 draw written all over that.
Indeed. I've just had a glance back, Mag, and his kneecap is not round the wrong way.
Thank God for that. It looked pretty
not round the
rough.
wrong way. It was just the way his knees look in general.
Well, hopefully, I'm glad to be wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, Connor's put in the chat. Am I right to say that Burnley have not lost in the league since September? Yeah, the last time we lost was September the 18th away to Arsenal. Since then, we've got a draw against Leicester. We beat Brentford. We drew with Southampton. Oh no, we lost in October to City 2-0.
You write that one off, Mag. It's fine. The thing is that it's so it is that close at the bottom, but you've got to pick up points where you can get them, sort of thing. Which obviously is the other 3 o'clock game. As things stand, Liverpool, who are playing Watford, obviously Wolves. So Liverpool play Watford again every week if I'd like that. Liverpool playing Wolves, obviously, and big game for Liverpool. If as results down here, Liverpool need to win to stay in touch with Chelsea. So.
Yeah, well, Liverpool and City both need to win to stay in touch. Indeed. Otherwise, Chelsea's starting to romp away with it again. Wolves have, again, another team who had a great start to the season, but have been kind of like dropping silly points recently. I mean, the draw with Burnley has been kind of typical of their results over the last few games. So, yeah, I see Liverpool winning. Maybe not too comfortably. I think Wolves will still put up a good fight. But yeah, Liverpool definitely need to win that match to keep in touch with Chelsea here at the top.
I'm seeing it being a 2-0. I'm also seeing Joe Cole doing his best impression of Derek Trotter. With everyone else is in black with like a navy blue like ensemble, and he's just in his beautiful sheepskin coat. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Obviously, late game is Watford, Man City.
Easy pick for me. Watford are deep in the relegation mire. City need the win. They're essentially the informed team with 4 wins out of the last 5. Yeah, it's gonna be a City win.
Yeah. Barring a miracle, it is going to be a City win. Anyone who's going to bet against it in that one, brave man. But we still happen. You never know.
Right. It'd be interesting to know, and you're the guy to definitely go for this. Is what are the odds of Ranieri sacking before the end of the season?
I'm going to have a look into that, Mags. Can you catch us up on some of the things happening in the chat? Graham has just caught with start of State Chain Wrestling to hear a story of Sai.
Yep. So essentially, what has happened on Chain Wrestling is years and years of listening to heavy rock music may unsurprisingly have affected Sai's hearing. So he's had a test. Hopefully everything will go fine. I mean, I know I'm ribbing him. But I hope everything goes well for him. FIFA Connor saying I voted chicken because that's the only one of the 3 that I'd eat. Well, definitely tune in on Monday's Chain Wrestling to find out why those were the picks and what it means for the show. Graham couldn't listen live and didn't get the chance during the week. Absolutely no problem, sir. That's why we always provide the replay on YouTube and the audio version, because we know people have lives and people are able to listen back at their leisure, sir. Sai saying that there's going to be lots of throwbacks to the past year and even a bonus podcast out for the 1-year anniversary. And props to Sai. He has done so much work to go towards this anniversary. It's been a hell of a lot of fun. The year's gone by so quick. I can't even fathom that we've gone a year doing Chain Wrestling. But yeah, it's going to be a fun day Monday. We've covered Connor's comment about Burnley They actually lost to City in October, but apart from that, yeah, that's the only loss we've picked up since Arsenal at the middle of September. More info from the Buxton v Morecambe match. Incredible double save by Richardson to keep Buxton in it. They're still very much in this game from 6 minutes from half time. And then Graham, I love Sarr. Sarr said what when the nurse doctor hearing said he was deaf. Classic joke. Yep. I mean, again, props to Sarr. But
Absolutely.
I really hope everything comes out all right, because it's a concern, especially when the doctor said to him, "You have the cleanest ears that he's ever seen," and yet Sarr was still mutton. So
indeed, it's not surprising when he likes going to all these concerts, getting pissed, and all these things. Little wonder, and you have little sympathy on that side of things as well. To be fair,
so essentially, you're saying Sarr, no sympathy. You have done this to yourself.
Absolutely. Right, okay. So next Premier League manager to leave odds, okay, as of the 10 hours ago, okay. Rafa Benitez is the 5-2 favourite. Ralph Hasenhuttl is 5-1. Claudio Ranieri is 10-1. Brendan Rodgers is 12-1. Marco Bielsa is 16-1. Eddie Howe is 25-1. And that's the same with no manager to be sacked before end of the season.
Okay, so there's definitely at least two of those managers on the chopping block.
Possibly all six of them.
Yeah, I think Rafa will definitely be gone. I suspect Hasenhuttl may go as well, but I think Ranieri will also go.
Graham saying, on February Day 2 years ago, MD released 100th episode.
That's mental.
That makes no sense, he says. Well, to be fair, you at least sort of 2 a week sometimes in the old days, dude, so it's all good. And Fever Connor is asking how the team that has lost one game in 3 months is still in a relegation zone. It's because they're picking up draws, not enough wins, unfortunately. Mags will vouch for the fact that Burnley need wins, not draws.
Yep.
One win will catapult you out.
Yeah.
One will catapult you out.
And another massive issue that we're having at Burnley is holding on to leads. We kind of like panic when we're in the lead, and the teams are then able to equalise, which it's annoying. But when you're in that relegation mire, you have to do what you can to get out of it.
Absolutely, you don't want to have to rely on the other teams around you. You want to get dropped on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll look around some of the things there.
So let's have a look at what's happened in this game stats wise.
Indeed.
So Chelsea have had 68% of the ball to West Ham's 32%, and had 12 shots with 6 of those on target. So Fabianski has been a very, very busy bloke. West Ham, in terms of shots, have had 7 with 3 of those on target. So in terms of possession to shots, West Ham have actually been the more efficient of the teams. But it's that shots to shots on target ratio that is just kicking West Ham's ass with 50% of the shots testing Fabianski. West Ham need to do something to combat that very, very quickly to even have a chance of winning this game.
Apparently, I'm just being informed. Apparently, the Morecambe goal was offside, but it was not given as such because they haven't got VAR there.
They don't have cameras down there. Well, obviously they must have a camera because Dan's watching it.
Yeah, there is. It was offside, but it was blatant as well. Man. So we will rely on Mr. Griffin to keep us abreast of the situation as the teams come back out for the second half here. I do like FA Cup weekends, and of course this is the second round, of course, today. Looking forward to the third round, of course, when the big boys enter, and Man City. I keep saying they're a rich club, not a big club.
I almost missed that, but it caught me. That was a good little joke, Matt.
It's true. It's true. Rich clubs are not always big clubs. And here is the change. Yeah, Lukaku coming on.
And who's going off? Is it Havertz?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he may have picked up a knock there.
That knee injury at the end of the half for sure.
The staff had to help him stand up. So I'm glad that it wasn't his kneecap, but there was something not right about
ligaments for sure. Ligaments,
yeah,
maybe even ACL, maybe.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Good got back up in the chat with actually a very well done pun. Water travesty without play and offside.
Wow.
But to be fair, it works because it's Buxton. It works. I'll let you have it one.
The joke works. It's just cruel.
It is.
Second half kicked off now. And instantly we get a Chelsea throw-in.
Indeed. I can see, and I do apologize. It's not Steve McMahon. It's Glenn Hoddle and Ian Dark. Ian Dark was the one who said it's one of the best goals of the season.
I mean, Glenn Hoddle on commentary is also pretty rough as well.
Chelsea player down, no foul given, gets to his feet and hops after the ball, literally,
and then goes back down again. Yeah, it's Mason Mount as well. Has picked up a knock.
Matt doesn't stay down for long. To be fair, usually he's running at full pelt now.
Dan Griffin, half-time in the Bucks and Morecambe game, and a mustachioed old man just walked right in front of the camera and stood blocking the pundits talking back. Was that mustachioed man Cammy? I hope it was Chris Kamara. There's been a goal here at Buxton. Has there?
Is there a camera? Let's have a little break here. Offside, surely to have Bowen, though.
And that's a shove.
Surely Bowen was offside, though, yeah.
Bowen has been quite lively in the tail end of this half, and then the start of in the tail end of the last half. Sorry, in the start of this half, he's been quite the menace. As West Ham lump it forward. As Chelsea lump it forward. West Ham clear. Chelsea keep the ball in though, and West Ham get the ball to feet. A lot of the. Playing a lot of head and foot tennis. Nobody keeping control of the ball. It's now down on the floor, and it's Chelsea who come away with the ball.
A lot of fans not back in their seats yet still.
I've probably gone home after that first half.
Now, one thing about West Ham faithful, very rarely leave the ground early.
They've probably just gone to get ready to have a scrap after the match.
A prawn sandwich. This is not the one thing you'll never get at West Ham. They do a good pie, though. Do a good pie.
Yeah, eel pie.
Yeah, they do the eel pie there, but they also do a very good steak pie. No kidney, just steak.
Oh no, I prefer kidney. I think
I'm not a kidney man, personally, yourself. No, we're back to the food talk again, aren't we? Yeah, okay. That's one for that. Which ground had the best pie that you've been to? There you go, guys, in the chat.
Oh, I mean, Burnley do good pies.
What pie do I do at Burnley?
Pucker and then Hollands. Do you know, I can't really say which is the best pie I've had an away match.
I remember being at Colchester once, and there was a Balti pie which literally took the roof of my mouth off.
Ironic that I've just searched it, and do you know who has got the best ranked pie in the whole of the Football League?
What's that?
And this is from pirate.co.uk. Morecambe, who are winning, have the best ranked pie.
Wow. Fantastic. Did they say what kind of pie it is they normally serve? Or?
It's a steak and ale, and they, for some weird reason, they score their pies out of 7. and that scored a 6.34. Who do you think is second?
You say Buxton.
It's actually Man City, and their chicken and ham. Their chicken and ham pie got a 6.21.
That's interesting for sure.
So Liverpool aren't even in the top 33. I don't know why. I don't know why 33 is the table. So
33, 66, 99, I guess.
Yeah. So MK Dons are third with the chicken, gammon, and leek. Tottenham ranked fourth with a steak and ale. Now, this is a controversial one because I'm a massive fan, but I've heard a lot of people are haters of this pie. Fifth place is Bristol Rovers with a curry pie.
Oh, nice. If the curry is like a good thick curry, then that's fine. You don't want a watery pie. Don't watery pie.
In sixth place, Holland's big peppered steak pie at Arsenal.
Where's that breaking? No, I think that's Thiago across.
Yeah, well, no, it was Loftus Cheek with the clues, I think.
Apologies. Also, again, given no.
Interesting that England are in 13th place with the chicken balti pie. Their pie is provided by Jamie Oliver.
The Mockney. South End. He's not from London.
So we've got Aki Stanley in 10th. With they've also pumped for the peppered steak from Holland's. Peppered steak is actually probably the most popular one. It's in a lot of the positions. Chicken balti pie is actually doing really well as well. A few there.
Graham just sent me a picture of a leek potato and cheese pasty, but hasn't told me who it's from.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
We've got some amazing the chat lit up with this, unsurprisingly. Not often you hear Matt talking maths, loving the pie talk. Very good, Graham.
Wrong.
Very good.
3.141517.
Graham can do it to about 100 places, I think.
That's sad. He
Dan
needs
Griffin,
a social laugh.
Dan Griffin, I once saw a fat lad fall over on a first floor nightclub in Morecambe. It was so ramshackle a building when he went through the floor.
Oh, wow. I remember that time I fell over in that nightclub in Morecambe as well. I really hurt my back when that happened.
You're not a fat lad, Mags. You're just big bones. FIFA Connor saying, Man City don't have fans, but have pies. I got fleeced for subpar burger and chips at the empty hand, says Dan Griffin. Love a chicken balti pie. He also goes on to say, my granddad gets me one every week.
I don't mind them. I do prefer a chicken curry pie over a balti pie, but
not a Jamie Oliver one, though. One from my local butcher's. Okay, that's fair. And Graham's saying the price was $10. That's the problem. £10. Sorry, not $10. Yeah, so that would. So yeah, so that it. To be fair, for that, it needs to be the best one you've ever fucking had. That sort of price.
the nightclub sold quadruple vodkas for £2, so no wonder he fell over.
That's 50p a shot.
Like I said, I have no remembrance of me doing that day, but I did have a sore back for about 3 or 4 days after.
To be fair, I'm going to show you the picture that was sent to me, Mags. I'm just going to quickly flash it up here on the stream. There you go.
Oh.
He doesn't say how big it is.
Not worth a tenner.
If that's the sort of an 84 piece of paper, I'll have it.
For a tenner, though, still...
Chelsea breaking you, West Ham clear it out. Just. Graham says it was in London, apparently. Well, that does explain a great deal, but you can still get fish and chips for less than that in London. And Mendy out his goal, but fubs it through right up to West Ham defence. For a tenner, did Matt win a bet or something? I didn't say I had one. I said I could believe it. Gotta go, guys. Quick pray to watch. Later. Okay, catch some on demand, dude. We'll be here.
Yep.
We'll be here.
See you later, sir.
Dan Griffin is saying it was 12, 13 years ago. It was shit vodka, and it was in Morecambe. Hardly the most expensive place in the world. I've never been. But good enough for Eric. Good if anybody.
So whilst we're here, let's have a little bit of a quiz. Oh, let's see. So we're going back to 2018 because I don't think the 2021 details are up yet. But who do you think had the most expensive
Chelsea
pass?
breaking. Oi!
Oh,
Ziyech just puts it out of the stadium.
pretty much. That was Bobby Zamora style finishing.
It's played him beautifully. It was what to do
by Rudiger. Rudiger has been brilliant.
Mm-hmm,
yeah, so this is the season where Huddersfield were in the Premier League. But who do you think had the most expensive par and a pant combination?
Par and pant in the Premier League, you say?
Yes. I'll give
Last
you a clue.
Season, that way.
Well, this is 2018-2019.
Okay.
So the winners were level. So there's two equal. Oh no, three equal at the top.
Okay. Brighton.
So Brighton, I think this was the season just before Brighton.
Oh no!
That's a great, and it's Jared Bowen.
Oh my word!
2-2 is on. 2-2 is on.
We're talking about pies and pints, and out of nowhere, that just took the back of a net off. West Ham 2, Chelsea 2.
Second game in a row where West Ham have scored an absolute worlder.
Oh, I've just bit my tongue, Mag, as well from that. Oh, that hurts. Is it nothing? Antonio set the ball in motion.
Antonio was on the halfway line, though, when that happened.
Kufal, and then
plays it back to him.
And then Bowen just beautifully curls it round the defender and round Mendy.
Oh, that's a great finish by Bowen. Sat up beautifully for him. The link-up play between Kufal
through Christensen's legs.
The link-up play between Kufal and Antonio was sublime. They basically, between the two of them, they got the ball from the halfway line all the way up.
Only the second time this season they've conceded twice, Chelsea.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit from the run of play, but game on now.
Absolutely. I've just heard that Mag is secretly Greta Thunberg. Can you confirm? Absolutely, it's 100% true.
You've heard very wrong. I am no Greta Thunberg does not have as glorious a beard as I do, although she's trying.
That's the reason why. That's the reason why. That's brilliant, eh? That's brilliant. Oh, fantastic. Okay, Meg, where were we? It was about pies and pints.
Well, let's just hold off for a second now because Chelsea are trying to hit back very quickly. They're pushing 7 people forward at once now. Still not giving up the ball as they play it out to Mount. Mount puts it across. Oh, a couple of
Masuaku again. They just dance past him. I know he may well not be on the pitch.
The ball's still in play as we fire down the left side again. Force back a little bit and get into a little bit of trouble, but it's picked up again. Mount again on this right side. Ball chipped into the box. West Ham looking to force it away, but the defender stumbles, but is able to shield the ball enough for Fabianski to grab hold. And Lukaku was in predator mode then.
It's, FIFA Corner just said me and Mag's prediction is on. Can we beat Straight Geniuses? Possibly. Dan Griffin at the Bucks and Morecambe game, it's still half time, but a pundit's umbrella just blew inside and actively needed a Mary Poppins. Very good. Okay.
So you actually, your first guess was Brighton, and
yes.
Actually Brighton were joint 6th with West Ham.
Looking for most expensive, you say, or best value for money?
No, most expensive.
Okay.
So Brighton, a part will cost you £4.20, and a par costs you £4.10. £4.10 for a part. So £8.30 total for 6th place.
Okay, I will say this is 18-19, yeah?
18-19 season, yeah.
18-19, I will say Newcastle.
Let's see where Newcastle are. So they're not first. Newcastle are 18th. A power
Great value.
Well, it's still not great value. A part will cost you £3.60, and a par will cost you £3.20. So for
I'll be fine having a
grand total here, £6.80.
Oh, Mendy's really living his life dangerously here. FIFA Connor's going for Man United. I'm going to go for Arsenal.
Okay, so we'll cover both of you at the same time because you're both joint fourth. Essentially second, but because there's a three-way tie for first. Arsenal, the pant costs £4.50 and the par is £3.90. Same at Manchester United for both of you for a grand total of £8.40.
I expect to pay that sort of price, though. To be fair, I'm not saying that it's great. People are saying everything has been done, but anyone there's free time for top spot. I'm going to say Liverpool.
Okay, so Everton is 13th, £4.10 for a pant, £3.30 for a par, £7.40 total. At Liverpool, £3.60 for a pant, £3.40 for a par for a £7 total. So Liverpool are much cheaper than their Scouse
value for money in the grand scheme of things.
Mm-hmm. Well,
zoom us on the pitch, by the way, Max.
I'm really surprised that he came out for the second half, but he'll be glad he did because he's going to see a resurgence of West Ham, and as I say, that Mount has got a corner. So
That's
I'm going to put you out your misery.
FIFA just hit Huddersfield.
So Huddersfield are rock bottom, 20th place, £3.20 for a pant, £3.40 for a par for £6.60. Burnley 19th, £3.70 for a pant, but the pars are only £3, so that's a £6.70 total.
That's pretty good. I'm terrible at this kind of. And to be fair, buddy, I'm not doing much better than it either.
So the three tied are
Spurs.
You've got Tottenham, you've got Watford, and you've got Fulham. Watford.
I wasn't sure about Watford. I wasn't sure if they were up or not at the time.
So Watford have the most expensive pant at £4.30. Tottenham's is £4.20 and Fulham's is £4. Fulham have the most expensive par at £4.50. £4.50 for a par.
£4.50 for context, people. You can go and buy 4 pies in Morrison's for £1.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Watford's pie is £4.20 and Tottenham's is £4.30. So they all equal £8.50 for a par and a pant. £8.50. And I would suggest that that's gone up in the time since then.
I dare say it has. Looks like Chelsea are about to send on another player. The top teams, Connor, were Tottenham, they were Watford, and they were Fulham. Chelsea about to with a free kick in here. And it goes straight out. It goes out for a goal kick. I've got to be honest, a terrible free kick. Of course, it was Spurs to make up for the lack of trophies some way. I'm not entirely sure fleecing your fan is the way to do it. To be fair, though.
I mean, that happens.
Yeah. Ziyech off, Hudson-Odoi on.
Ziyech has had a pretty good game for Chelsea.
Involved in that glaring miss.
Yeah, obviously, but in terms of that cross for Mason Mount for the second Chelsea goal.
Dan Griffin, how have been going over Buxton Morecambe? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know. We were intrigued by it. We have invested interest in a second round game in the FA Cup. West Ham playing with a bit of confidence now.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone goes on to win this, you'd think it'd be you think the West Ham will be the favourites.
Yeah, how the pies there, Buxton versus Morecambe.
So apparently Morecambe is the best pie
In the country.
Yeah, the best rated pie anyway.
West Ham breaking out from that attempted attack from Chelsea very well. Antonio bundled over. No foul given though.
Chelsea playing very, very calmly to say they've been pinned
20
back.
minutes so far in the second half. Doesn't feel like it, Max, does it?
Well, we've had a lot of pie talk.
Not a pie talk.
That's always priority when it comes to Radio Tekkers. If food comes up, we forget about the football altogether.
Absolutely. If you want a pie, go watch the shrimps. Up the shrimps.
Exactly.
Do you always have a pie at a football mag? So do you always have pie, or do you switch to maybe like a fish and chip sometimes?
Sometimes I won't have any food. Depends. But I would not. You would not. You would normally go for a pie because you can hold it, can't
you? That's easier. Yeah. You can also hold the fish and chips, though, can't you, both?
Yeah, but then you can't hold a pan, can you?
I suppose you can. For the hats, America. Speaking of America, Mikey Pellegrini joins us.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Matt and Mags. Happy soccer. Yes, West Ham 2, Chelsea 2 currently. A good. We've seen a replay at sped up speed for some bizarre reason. Always good to hear from you, sir. Happy holidays.
West Ham are quietly clawing back this possession percentage. It's now up to 37%. And now
Christensen's getting bullied by Antonio here.
They've clearly seen him as a weak point, especially after that nutmegging.
Did I just read soccer? I give up. To be fair, soccer is the actual name for it. We came up with the term association football, and the British called it soccer before America. So technically speaking, we can't have a go about that one, Connor. Michael is saying, recording in kayfabe today. May as well watch some Premier League while finishing writing. Never a bad idea, sir.
Yeah,
never a bad idea. And the possessions that are certainly coming back towards West Ham, as you said, Max.
I mean, they're almost level for this second half. 32% in the first half, 46% of the ball in the second half. So they're certainly starting to control the play a little bit more as Chelsea plough forward and West Ham just pick the ball out and calm it down a little bit, only for Chelsea to win the ball back.
Yeah, people kind of saying I can and I will, referring to having who can't complain about Americans bastardizing the English language. But at the same time, if we did it first, we can't really have a go.
Yeah, and the
Zuma's gone down again.
The most influential game in football is FIFA, and that was always called FIFA International Soccer.
It was.
And then ISS as well.
Oh, Zuma pulled up.
Turned into Pro Evo.
Zuma just pulled up, Max.
Oh, that is not good.
And that's not
even Lukaku. Even Lukaku stopped playing then because he saw how much in pain.
And it's not
Zoom
the same
was.
leg, Max, from the first half.
Oh, biscuit knees happens again.
Are they taping him up? They've got to take him off, surely.
Oh, they're trying to bend. They're trying to kind of bend his knees, and he's wincing in pain.
I think we've got to be a little bit harsh here. Where has Zuma pulled up to? Is it local McDonald's? That's the sort of joke you should have took on Chain Wrestling a couple weeks ago. But the game back underway again. I guess Zuma is off the pitch, so the treatment can continue.
West Ham looking for a throw in here. Yeah, they're making a substitution.
Looks like 4 hours. Yeah, Zuma is being removed.
He's hobbling off the pitch. Poor guy.
No, you say that though. He's hobbling, but He's also trying to jog a little bit as well. I think he wants to continue.
No, this is more get him off the pitch as soon as possible because they play with 10 men.
Yeah, but nowadays they haven't got to have him come out to this side of the pitch unless
that's why with the cross, nobody in the box. Mendy picks out the air. An easy kind of start for a Chelsea break now.
I've got a feeling they might be leaving him on, Mags, here.
Perhaps. Bowen with the foul there on Alonso.
He does not want to come off.
That's either very, very brave or very, very stupid. Hopefully it's the latter. Hopefully it's the former, should I say.
Fornals is going to come on.
Fornals is definitely coming on, though. Oh,
Zuma is finally getting the hint and he's being brought off.
Fornals has got them tiny, ridiculous Jack Grealish style shin pads.
But the fact he wanted to carry on, the West Ham fans giving him a standing ovation because he wanted to carry on for the cause, and for that you can only applaud him.
Yeah, he's as Connor in the chat said, he's going to go with the stupid option. Yeah, I think if Zuma was given it the chance, he would have stayed on, which would have been stupid.
But you also got to applaud that as well. Fornals more midfielder, though, isn't he, Max?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So who drops back then? Go back. Oh, well, they feel back. They're going to four at the back, won't they?
Yeah, they'll play 4 at the back and just
or after back tackle.
I don't understand why Bowen thinks that wasn't a foul. It was absolutely a foul.
Yeah,
nowhere near the ball.
Doesn't touch the ball. But of course, he's trying to sell it, isn't he? Of course, he's trying to sell it, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a dangerous free kick for Chelsea. 20 minutes ago, here on Radio Tekkers, Matt and Mags bringing you live alternative commentary to West Ham 2, Chelsea 2 from the Premier League. It's quite tempting, Mags. This is what you wanted 2-2. And to be fair, this would not be a bad result for Liverpool and Man City.
It's interesting how tested this game has been as Chelsea can't capitalise on the free kick and West Ham are breaking. But the run of play stopped by Mason Mount. Yeah, it's interesting how tested this game has been, but yet we've only seen one booking.
Yeah, I agree with people on here. 43-1 for West Ham, you'd assume, a Christmas tree. Marcus Alonso off and Pulisic is on. Just come back from an injury again.
Speaking about Christmas trees, and this is going off topic again, did you see the Christmas tree at Trafalgar Square?
I did not, Max. No.
Okay, so you'll know that we are sent a Christmas tree every year from Norway.
Well, we sent one from Sweden this year. We've got to build it ourselves.
No, I'm sure it's Norway. It may be Sweden.
Yeah, I know about the IKEA joke works better with Sweden than Norway.
No, so yeah, Norway sent us one because of our help in the Great War, and it's usually like a 20. I think they say 20-foot tree that's shipped over from.
Lovely.
Yeah, but I think we may have issues with Norway. I think we may actually be at war with Norway this year.
Happy away of Norway. They had Vikings and they're all dead now.
The tree that they sent was the most threadbare tree that we've seen in a long, long time. It wasn't symmetrical for a start. It was all crushed on one side. The branches.
If they the transport company for that, maybe.
Perhaps, but it's the roughest one that I've seen in a long time.
I do.
Yeah, so I think Norway falling out of us. Maybe it's a Brexit thing. Maybe it's give us. It looks like you've ordered a Christmas tree off Wish.
It possibly is the case. Possibly is the case, mate. I mean, I've got an afternoon ahead of me. I'm putting up the decorations here this afternoon, so
awesome.
But that's good. It's gonna be good to actually have our tree up this year. We had it up last year, of course, but I was going myself this year because obviously Chris is on a long shift today. That's why you can't hear any coughing now because he's gone to work.
Only
the
took
wish,
15 minutes of the game to go.
the wish tree from yeah, the wish tree. And West Ham in. Oh my God, he's missed it!
Wow.
He's missed it! How? It's a great bit of work, man. Put it in, put it back in the net. He's at full stretch. I'll give him that. Just couldn't turn his foot enough. Technically not, because he's on office day today, so he's all right. He's also got to wear. He's also wearing his mask as well, so all good on that side of things. Arguably, wearing a mask makes it even better to be at work. You have got a cough nowadays. Arguably, right. West Ham breaking again. 15 minutes to go. Foul on Bowen. Is that the tree? Is it, Mags?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
And the replies, have we fallen out with Norway? Amazing how they got Nelson to balance on the top like that. Norway have not taken the sacking of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer well. Good grief. Has it got an hangover? I can't help but feel that this is some kind of depressing metaphor for the state of the country. Ours, obviously, not Norway. And they're just look at it. It looks horrific. Oof. Interflora clearly forgot to include the little sachet of plant feed, and then Interflora replied, "Dear Finn, please DM me the order number and billing address and your full name and of your recipient so I may resolve this." So they didn't even get the joke. Oh, might have been too focused on missing plant food and didn't clock the poultry. Our sachets are amazing, but I'm not sure that even they would do the trick here.
To their credit, they missed the joke and then realised the joke and then got in on the joke. So credit to them for correcting that then.
The EU took half. The EU took half of the tree in the divorce.
Oh, maybe that's part of the joke. Maybe it's meant to be like that. That Charlie Brown picture, Mag, I just saw as well.
Yeah, of a piss weak tree, pretty much showing what the Trafalgar tree
Chelsea
looks like.
Break here. Oh! Goes out the corner. I thought it was a straight out for a goal kick. Yes.
There is touch. FIFA Connor saying, Chris will be now coughing at work.
He's on a office day today, so he's fine.
Well, does he not cough in the office?
I'm saying that he's wearing his mask as well. He'd be okay-ish. His thing about his cough is it's all or nothing. So he'll go like hours and hours and hours, and then
just have a spurt.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, as long as he's got keeps himself hydrated, got himself some throat lozenges, he'll be fine.
Yeah, he's got the sugar-free ones because of diabetes, of course. But yeah, he's keeping it. I've told him keep him hydrated, and for God's sake, he's left his medicine at home. I've got it right here.
Brilliant.
But in fact, you're going to have it 4 times a day. So I think people drink that like it's shots at a bar.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, look at that. Another hard tie for Chelsea in midweek with a game against Zenit.
They are through, I think, aren't they? I think they are through already.
Mm-hmm. And West Ham have also got Dynamo Zagreb.
Win that, and they're seeded for the knockout round, which is West Ham in great things here. I think what I was saying, Man United have also topped our group. Yeah, remember that Solskjaer did that. It wasn't like a character did that.
And that's a surprise as well to say how poorly they started that group.
Yeah, they lost to Young Boys, didn't they?
They certainly did.
Which sounds like a pun, doesn't it? But
at the time, it was a pun. Watching the game, it absolutely was a pun.
They won up as well.
Chelsea sprinting forward.
Good blocking at the back.
West Ham with 6 at the back there. I think West Ham
isolated all of a sudden.
West Ham look like they maybe resigned to a point here.
West Ham would take a point here. People are saying no, it was Carrick who done beating Villarreal in the last Champions League game. Yeah, but to be fair, it's still Solskjaer's team you're playing with.
I mean, he also only had about 3 games in charge, so. Chelsea free, and that's a great last-ditch block.
Great shepherding there by I think Kufau, I think it was.
As the ball then comes in, Lukaku puts it over, and that run of play is finished. That was a lot of pressure for West Ham to soak up there.
Very well defended. Mason Mount was the one on the ball, and was it Kufau? It was Kufau came across.
Yeah, came across and essentially bundled himself over to try and shepherd the ball.
But that's what you've got to do sometimes.
Yeah. Put himself in the way.
For Chelsea, have scored the most amount of goals in the last 15 minutes of the game this season. They've scored 8 so far this season in the last 15 minutes, which we are now in, of course.
So it's likely that Chelsea get another one if they play to form.
Indeed.
With just less than 10 minutes to go now.
The weird thing is that I'm reminded of a stat I threw out at the time when Liverpool went in front ahead against Man United, Mags, is that Man United have taken more points from losing position than any other team in Premier League this season.
Wow, interesting. I think they've done that quite a lot over
years.
Over the last few years. They've been able to kind of like grab victories from the jaws of defeat. Yeah, and a great tackle there.
The thing is, watching the Man United Arsenal game midweek, it felt like a game from back between Wenger and Fergie. It feels so back and forth. That's how it used to be back then.
Yeah, in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
It exactly. It felt like one of those games, and it made me feel quite nostalgic.
West Ham making another substitution.
Ben Rama coming on.
Mm-hmm.
He's been off the ball recently. He needs a person to spark this game in West Ham's favour.
Who's coming off though?
Oh, no, I don't think he's first start of the season. Maybe they're going to give him a break.
Maybe it's Bowen.
Maybe Bowen. Maybe Antonio. He's not done much for the last 10 minutes or so. West Ham great blocking. Goal kick given. I thought that was a corner.
It looked like West Ham had the last touch. Nope, it's fair.
With good refereeing and that sort of things. He's not a bad game ref, actually, is he? Not a bad game.
To be fair, he's kept it quite calm and limited the amount of bookings.
And Rama, it sounds like it could be Lanzini.
Yeah, they've allowed the kickoff though, so we're going to at least have another attack before we get there.
West Ham
break. Bowen again, holding up the ball. There's only
win the corner.
Nope, the ref says goal kick.
Yeah, it comes off Bowen shins.
It comes off Bowen. Chelsea punt it forward. Lukaku can't do anything with it, and West Ham straight back with the ball and flying forward. Oh, that's a great overlapping ball.
Oh, he got it. He got onto it. Who fell onto it like a shot?
Punted away by Christensen. Hudson-Odoi was caught then.
He wasn't betting that at all, was he? Still no sub by West Ham. Chelsea did the hold off a 2-2. It looks like a moment.
Powered forward there, throwing now on the halfway line.
Benoit been given a bit of no paper there.
Yeah, I think it's because he struggles with English.
Remember once, Jurgen Klopp sent Jordan Henderson on the pitch with a sheet of A4.
Yeah, just to give everybody their instructions.
We seem to have a gathering of people in the chat today, Mags, wanting to offer us the chance to become famous.
I mean, if being real, if you bar followers, primes, and viewers, you're not becoming famous. You're just buying views, and it doesn't make sense. It looks like he's passed the paper to Declan Rice. Don't click on that link. It's ridiculous to do that.
Indeed.
Oh, that's a great ball, but nobody's there for West Ham, and that's the issue when you go defensive to.
Declan Rice is just confirming a few things, and then see to put it down his trousers.
Oh, I better read it again first. Sorry, forgot what it says.
To be fair, the way Declan was now screaming and shouting, Moy could have done it himself.
Yeah, but if you scream and shout, the other manager and the other players can hear what you've got to say. Oh, and
great defending from the front there.
I think that was Jared Bowen again. Chelsea throwing everything forward now, but every time West Ham come away from the ball,
they're going to be coming flack to back and hick on Antonio.
Again, Christensen was level with
him there.
Not
happy. He was not happy at all. People got to send the note and tell us what it says. Fucking defend this, lads.
Oh! And that is a great goal from absolutely nowhere. That looked like a misplaced pass.
Out of nowhere.
Caught Edward Mendy off his line. And that is
I'm sorry for shouting like that, guys. Oh, my word.
I can't tell. I'm going to have to see the replay to see if he meant to do that. But that looked like he
I didn't see who took the shot.
It looks like the cross was misplaced.
Was that Musaku?
It was Musaku, yeah. Wow.
Who I've just divided into the ground by saying he's stupid and worthless and there's been a pitch.
So we get the
quick throw in. Back to him.
He looks up for a cross. Sees that's a cross. He doesn't attempt that shot there. That doesn't look like an attempted shot, but Mendy fluffs at the catch and essentially pushes the ball into his own net.
Well, he's not expecting it, is he?
Well off his line, though. Oh, wow. Chelsea Hearts.
That reminds me of the Pulkaczewski goal when they went 3-2 up against Liverpool when they got final back in 06.
The first time this season...
New note, apparently, now. Fucking 11 men back.
Yeah, the first time this season Chelsea have conceded 3.
The bubbles are blowing.
This is a great result for Liverpool and Man City fans.
We have the Chat, Grapple and Cheap Pop podcast in the chat. I don't know.
Hello, guys.
I don't know whether this is Chris or JB, but either way, you're very, very welcome. Either way, it wasn't great goalkeeping. He had a shocker whole game through.
Yeah, he's had a terrible game.
Kepa saying, "Play me next week, then why don't you?" You can argue. And here goes Antonio.
And we're on for a fourth.
Is he going for the corner? No, he's not. No. Might be now. I'll be thinking about it. This would be a huge one.
And we're through.
Flag stays down.
Oh, Bowen lifts it over the bar.
Indeed, you're kind of saying Taylor gave him Mendy, gave away a penalty, and now that.
Yeah.
Did the flag stay down rightly?
Yeah, he's not off.
Just
onside. Bowen will be disappointed it meant more of that.
It is definitely inside the lane. They're blowing for the full-time whistle here. The whistling has begun. Ben Rama's going to aim for the goal. He wins the free kick, and he's going to take as long as he can over this. Liverpool fans right now, and Liverpool, who are backing off in about 40 minutes' time, are loving this right now. Man City rubbing their hands together because Man City win, they go top tonight. This is the worst case scenario for Chelsea, being in front twice and then losing with seconds to go. Would this be a bigger win for them than the win against Liverpool, Max?
I mean, this is huge because this is their crosstown rivals, a team that were up to a few weeks ago essentially walking the way to winning the league, and West Ham are now not only done
terrible from a Chelsea defence, by the way.
Wow, Reese is wrestling Antonio to the floor there.
But before that, the ball that actually got past two defenders and got to Antonio.
Mm-hmm. This is a Chelsea team panicking now.
Tuchel can play great football, but can't get wins against United or West Ham.
Well, this is it. Tuchel will be going absolutely schizo in that dressing room when this match is over. Got 4 minutes extra time, so around 3 to play. Oh, and that's a rough tackle, but it does stop the momentum. And that's the second booking we get.
West Ham players all standing up for the club right now, knowing that this is a massive, massive result. Reese James incredible, and it's then just thumped out and offside given.
Yeah, as it stands, this will put West Ham back in touch with City and Liverpool on 27 points. 4 points behind Liverpool in third at 31, but obviously Liverpool play later on today, so it could go back to that big gap. But this is a brilliant result for the rest of the top four. Never mind just for West Ham.
This is huge. West Ham obviously brings them closer to the top three, as it were. We'll look at the table after the game is finished. Obviously, my friends are somewhere in amongst that crowd of players and fans. It's ridiculous. There's no way that my friend Jim, who said how bad he was going thought he was going to score the winner. Chris is saying, Dan is saying, sort of going quite hell out with Christmas decorations.
We don't even know the scores in that game.
I'm sure someone's already done this, Joe, but I'm going in. Apparently, there's been a red card at Fratton Park, but for who? Chris Kamara. Has actually been a red card at Portsmouth.
So, Buxton and Morecambe is still one apiece. No, I don't think Portsmouth have kicked off yet, have they? Yeah, the early kickoff in the Championship was West Brom versus Coventry. Yeah, Portsmouth play Harrogate in the FA Cup later on. I
think that's just for the Chris Kamara that we've been making earlier. Fantastic. FIFA Con is saying, I'd like to go back to last week when people said Mendy was the best goalkeeper in the world. Oh, and that's a foul on Antonio. Is it given? Yes, and yellow card being flashed to Christensen. He has had a nightmare.
Yeah, Antonio
has had a nightmare.
And over the last 10 minutes of the second half and all of this half, Antonio's run Christensen ragged.
Indeed. People say Mendy was he's a good goalkeeper. He had a bad day today.
I mean, on form, he was the best keeper up until last week. I mean, he'd only conceded 3 in the Premier League.
And now he's doubled it.
And now trebled it. They've conceded 9.
Indeed. Dan Griffin saying they're still 1-0 up with 30 minutes to play. And Hugh Cotter is saying best goalkeeper in the world does not get left back on the sideline. Even the best goalkeeper can get caught out by a little mistake, mate. freak goals are freak goals at the end of the day. Jack Apple and G Pop says, top 4 pick, lads. This is the top 4 I'm picking.
You're sticking with this top 4? You think this is the top 4 to round out?
This top 4, but in the order, right now I can't tell you which order it's going to be.
I mean, I've got a feeling that Arsenal are going to sneak their way in.
Stockton just missed a sitter to put Morecambe 2 up, apparently.
Oof. Yeah, so I'm going to sub out West Ham for
it's
Arsenal.
over!
Wow, that's a monumental result.
That's massive.
For
that's going to send shockwaves through Europe, that result.
It also opens the title wide up. That's just ripped a massive hole in that title race now. If Chelsea would have come away with the win, they would have been
4 points clear.
4 points clear of City, 5 points clear of Liverpool. Now Liverpool and City, whoever can get
go above.
Yeah, both of them could go above. Yeah.
And of course, FIFA Connor is replying to the top 4 pick: Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United. If I'm in my heart,
I don't know. I don't know.
Honestly, time for me, I would say Liverpool top, City second, West Ham third, Chelsea fourth.
Okay, so I think I'll go with Liverpool top. I think City probably will get second. I'm going to go Chelsea third and Arsenal fourth.
Fair enough. Dan said, I feel better about Liverpool losing 3-2 to West Ham. No, absolutely. West Ham, I said, you do not want to play West Ham. You do not want to play them because they will do this to you. They'll put one over on you.
I mean, they went down twice and fought back both times to come back and win it. It's,
exactly. Dan Griffin saying, but now watch Liverpool struggle against Wolves because we can't do anything easy. Didn't know. There's been some relatively easy results, but there's just a bit tougher one. So now West Ham closed within 4 points of Liverpool. And Liverpool, of course, playing in about half an hour's time. Liverpool could go top at least for a couple of hours before Man City play Watford, which I've got to admit, you'd think is a done deal, but Watford can occasionally pull some big results out of the bag. They thrashed Everton, they thrashed Man United this year. You never know what was going to turn up, and will Man City be able to cope with it? Connor, I knew I'd have liked Ham for a reason,
especially if it comes from the West.
Very good. So now, Mags, we've got to decide on our man of a match.
Yeah, I think Bowen had a great game. He had a great spell in that game. There was certainly a spell when he was frustrated. I think Antonio also had a great spell in that, especially in that second half, bullying Christensen. But for me, I think the person who was the most consistent all the way through the game was Mason Mount. Took the corner for the first goal. Perfectly placed and a great finish for the second Chelsea goal. It's just rough that he came up on the losing side, but yeah, I think for me, Mason Mount is my man of the match.
Indeed. Few Connor says Zuma man of the match for him.
It's a good shout.
And for you sound like anyone apart from Man United, do you, Connor? Jack Apple and G Pop is saying 3 p.m. watch long. Unfortunately, we are not able to do the watch longs.
We have blackouts, unfortunately.
And even if we had
furious ways to do it, but
if we had those, we unfortunately have things going on this afternoon. Unfortunately, for one reason or another, FIFA Connor is saying I can neither confirm nor deny. Fair enough, sir. My pick for man of the match, as much as I'd like to give it to the 12th man of the West Ham fan base, Suchek, who by the way is in the crowd, pointing someone out in the crowd as well.
Is he pointing to that little kid?
Oh, I think he wants to take a selfie on someone's phone for him.
Yeah, the little kid.
That's brilliant. Oh, wow, how wonderful! Oh, and the Czech fan as well.
Oh, how that's
wonderful!
Awesome.
How wonderful! That's what you call as a proper
He's just got the
card
phone
business.
unlocked.
It's every single person he's taking selfies with their phones for him. How
That's
wonderful!
awesome.
He hasn't
That's
got to do
awesome.
that, especially in this current climate. You would think he'd be less willing to do that, and he's giving his shirt to one of them as well. Who's he going to do? He gives it to the old man.
Oh, that's brilliant!
How wonderful!
What a star! What a professional!
And look at he's literally doing the slapping the hand around the whole of the front row. It's like he's at WrestleMania, man. He's loving it.
Can I change my pick now? Although Mason Mount had the best football game, I want to change it to Suchet for that moment. That was absolutely superb.
Absolutely,
so he gets an honourable mention for that.
Suchet gets the honourable mention for sure. I want Mount took his goal well. I can't take it away from him. I've got to say for his second half performance, Mikel Antonio, he bullied that back line. Christensen especially absolutely destroyed them and won everything, and it should have made it 3-2 when he crossed it for Bowen. You have to say, arguably, you give it to Musaku because he got the winner. Basically, West Ham had winners throughout the entire of their team. They didn't let their heads drop. They kept going, and they got the job done. On mention as well for Joe Cole for that terrible jacket.
That's a great victory for West Ham, and like I said, it opens up that title race.
Absolutely phenomenal result. So yeah, thank you very much for watching along with us, guys, gals, and others.
We always appreciate it. Thank you very, very much.
It's never taken for granted. Thank you for everyone getting on in the chat. It's fantastic. You can catch Mags. Can we get a mention for Zola being a tiny man?
He's a very, very tiny man. 5'2", I think he is.
Former West Ham manager, of course, and former Chelsea legend, of course. Yeah, don't forget to check out Mags, of course, on Monday night with Sai for Chain Wrestling. I'll probably be in the chat with the usual rabble. It's always a good thing. The CWF, it's now being called. And so, Mags, where people check out you, obviously, for all your stuff. You share all the Twitter, of course.
Yep. So come and follow me over on Twitter at PodfatherMags. And as Matt says, I'll be back here on Radio Tekkers on Monday. But you'll also hear from me over this weekend because UFC is back in action tonight. So I'll be covering that hopefully with Carlos. But if not, going solo, but I'm all over the airwaves at Radio Tekkers, all over the airwaves at Chairshot as well. So definitely go and check out some of the stuff there. You'll find links to all the content on my Twitter feed.
Indeed, and also of course, so always check out 5 Rounds. It's the first place to go to for all of your UFC coverage for sure. Find me at Matt Attack UK. I'm here on Tekkers, obviously. I'm here on the Volley with Mags on Monday night as well, straight after Chain Wrestling.
And it'll be a banger this week because we've got double the amount of matches to cover.
Yeah, exactly. It's getting extremely tense now. With we're heading into the busy period of the season, the silly season. Which of course is a perfect way to say, of course, don't forget to check out Over Visual Global Media tomorrow. Good Cop, Bad Cop, and also don't forget to check out every day till Christmas Day a Christmas Cracker. Different people every day, some great moments throughout the year, and some great memories from everyone involved. Thank you everyone getting involved in those, and do please give them a listen.
Absolutely.
I think that's all done. That's all done there, Max, isn't it? Pretty much.
Certainly is. And again, thank you for everyone who's tuned in and everyone who's listened on the replay. We massively appreciate you all. Thank you very much.
Indeed. So yeah, on behalf of myself and Mags and Hannah, who's not here, we are all out of here.